What's up, everybody? Thanks for coming today. We are very proud and very happy for the first time ever on network TV, the UFC Heavyweight Championship.
It's going to be a war out there for 5 rounds, and that's how I have to prepare myself, and that's how I go into every training camp thinking.
Really excited to be fighting for the title, you know, to be fighting against like Cain Velasquez, you know, undefeated guy. It's for sure motivate me to bring my best to inside the octagon.
I can guarantee you, if this fight goes 30 seconds or 30 minutes, this is going to be a fight right here.
He is the heavyweight king of the UFC. Undisputed. Undefeated. The most formidable fighter on the planet, Cain Velasquez. But from the shores of Salvador, Brazil, lurks his greatest challenge yet, the #1 contender to the heavyweight throne. Junior dos Santos, who has risen from the depths of abject poverty to carry the hopes of an entire nation.
My biggest dream is be the UFC heavyweight champion. I want to give a better life for my family and for myself. I will prove when you believe in something and you are a good person, things happen.
The whole reason I got in this sport was to be the champion. It was to hold the belt for years to come. So this fight means everything to me. You know, there's a lot on the line.
They have torn through every opponent placed before them. Now, on the biggest stage in UFC history, only one will remain unbeaten. Outside the octagon and inside their lives. This is an all-access look at the UFC's 2 most powerful fighters on the brink of an historic battle. This is UFC Primetime. Days began early for the reigning heavyweight champion, Cain Velasquez. Rising at daybreak is no chore for a fighter who's built his life around his family.
That's definitely one of my most special moments of the day. At home, all I'm thinking about is my family, you know, my wife, my baby girl. Yeah. Any little sound she hears, she'll just like pop right up.
Cain's relationship with Coral, it's really special. They totally are like 2 peas in a pod. They're really cute when they're together. When I get Coral, she always asks for Daddy in the morning. He definitely makes time to make her feel special, which is, you know, really important when he's not home very much. They definitely have their little bond together.
Cain's bond with Coral is rooted in his own relationship with his parents. As the youngest son of Mexican migrant workers, he watched his parents' daily struggle to provide a better life for their children.
I see my parents every day go to work to get a better life for them and for their family. It did impact me. To raise us in an environment where we can have the stuff that they didn't have when they were growing up. For them to still keep working, you know, and struggling and make the best out of whatever they had. I know how hard that is. I'm definitely proud of them. You know, I consider them both my heroes, definitely. You have that love for your children, and you want them, you know, to succeed and everything else. You're just always there for them.
The Bahian capital of Salvador is renowned for its music, its architecture, and some of the most picturesque beaches in all of Brazil. For Junior dos Santos, it's a far cry from the life he left behind.
I grew up in Caçador, it's a small city in the south of Brazil. Me and one sister and one brother, we live with my mom. My mom used to work cleaning the houses and factories around there. She didn't make too much money, $200 per month for 4 people, you know, so, you know, it was a hard time. Sometimes when I got home, I could see my mom crying because she had no money to pay for food for us, you know. I started to sell ice cream on the streets, and I was newspaper boy too. I work in some factories. To see that everything will happen with my family, my mom, made me a man before I be a man, you know.
Às vezes até eu me pergunto, né? Mas ele foi uma criança violenta quando era pequeno? Eu falei, não, nunca. Uma vez ele levou um soco de um amiguinho no colégio, né? Ele chegou em casa, ele me mostrou, eu falei, filho, mas por que você não se defendeu? Ele, mãe, mas eu não gosto de briga.
I used to cry a lot, you know. I was a weak kid, you know, in the school. And if I had, you know, in my whole life, if I had 3 fights on the street, for sure in 2 of them, I got beat.
At the age of 18, in search of a fresh start, Dos Santos moved to Salvador, where he found work as a dishwasher.
In the restaurant, they used to pay me like 150 bucks per month. It's like here in Brazil, it's nothing. Here was the first place where I live when I moved to Salvador. E aí, meu filho? Você é do Bahia? Uhum. Pô, quer que assine na mão? Aham. Porra, na mão vai te deixar todo sujo, bicho. You know, I have no opportunities in my life, and now I have objective. Cadê o abraço? Oh, obrigado aí. I live in a better place now. I got a nice car. I got a better life. So now I'm living my dreams. Everything what I got, I earned from fights. So I love to be a fighter and give me more dreams in my life. Falou, pessoal. Tá bom.
Y'all ready for Nas? Queensbridge, y'all ready to see Nasty Nas? They ready.
Yeah. Word. Silent rage, pristine in my vintage shades. I'm not in the winters of my life or the beginning stage. I am the dragon.
It's another early start as the champion heads south for a promotional appearance. Along for the ride is welterweight contender Josh Koscheck.
Any one of our guys would have hopped on the plane today just to come here and support Kane because we know that he's going.
Y'all ready for Nas? Queensbridge, y'all ready to see Nasty Nas? They ready.
Yeah. Word. Silent rage, pristine in my in the shades. I'm not in the winters of my life or the beginning stage. I am the dragon.
It's another early start as the champion heads south for a promotional appearance. Along for the ride is welterweight contender Josh Koscheck.
Any one of our guys would have hopped on the plane today just to come here and support Kane because we know that he's going through the biggest fight of his life. You know, we just want to get him through this.
The champ is in!
Kane's to the point in his career, you know, he's the heavyweight champ, and this is just a smooth day for him to come down and meet the fans and have a good time.
Without the fans, I mean, the sport, the team, we wouldn't be where we are today, you know. It's the fans that kind of bring us up and everything else. It's their love for the sport. How you doing? Yeah, I can sign that. What's your name?
The fans in the UFC definitely are hardcore, loyal fans, and they'll travel to see us fighters. And you see it today.
We had a lot of people. It was a good turnout. Go! Me and Kos, we did the whole tool testing. You know, I had a lot of fun. That's why they chose me. That's why they chose me. That's close. Of course, I won. It was a good day. It was good. It was a successful signing. You know, we got everybody. Everybody got a picture.
I didn't get one.
Did you want a picture? It's Kos.
Love at first sight.
My mentor.
Back in San Jose, Kane closes the day with a late afternoon run. An hour south, another man's work is just beginning. The night shift starts at 5 p.m. for Velasquez.
My dad wanted to come here for a better life for him and his family. His whole dream was to come and live in the U.S.
No sé, algo me hablaba, algo me daba en el corazón que tenía que hacerlo. Tengo que hacer una familia aquí en los Estados Unidos, porque aquí hay más trabajo y hay más oportunidades.
Crossing the Mexican border through miles of desert, Efrain reached the U.S. in 1975, finding work in the fields of Arizona and California.
Efrain loaded lettuce. Loading lettuce is the hardest job that anybody can possibly do because sometimes you average anywhere from 20 to 55 pounds per box. And you're talking thousands and thousands of boxes.
My dad, I know, was stacking boxes up 8, 10 feet high. I mean, he would get boxes full of lettuce and just keep throwing them up. This is all he did. He told me, this is all he did, boom, boom, all day.
Lo que yo quería nomás que mi familia no pasara por lo mismo que yo pasé y que no les faltara nada. Porque el Caín todo el tiempo yo le miraba algo que no miraba en otro niño. Era intranquilo y quería hacer cosas de peleas o no sé, algo tenía él.
This is what I love to do. This is what I've dreamed about doing ever since I was in junior high, was to play the sport professionally. And I'm doing that now. I think Mexicans get the work ethic, you know, it's just in our blood. My parents have brought down their work ethic to me. I've learned that from them. They would wake up, go to work, be out there all day, you know, till the sun went down. I bring the same mentality into fighting. When I fight, when I train, that mentality is there.
Being a wife of a UFC fighter is definitely hard at times. It's just hard. It's like takes such a toll on their bodies, and you want your husband to be safe when he goes out to work. He's passionate about the sport. He's passionate about what he does, and he's good at it. So he's just so focused in the things that he does that when he's doing it, he just puts all of his energy into it. I enjoy being there to support him and, kind of take his mind off of things when he's ready. We don't really talk about the fight that's kind of left at the gym. It doesn't really matter who his opponent is. If you're comfortable in the gym and you're working on your game plan and he feels like he's executing what he needs to get done, then it doesn't matter whether it's Dos Santos or Brock. It's just another face out there. He's ready, so he's completely in fight mode. He doesn't talk much. He's in the zone and focused on the game plan and the craziness of what's about to happen.
Acorda, levanta, ficar se lamentando no quarto não adianta. Aqui temos a planta, não precisa carta branca. Quem espera não alcança, cansa de esperar.
In the impoverished corner of Salvador, known as Cidade Nova, sits the Academia Champion, the former neighborhood schoolhouse transformed into the home of some of Brazil's top fighters. Owner Luis Doria is the head trainer, welcoming local youths to train for free to keep them off the streets and in the gym. Doria also happens to be the best boxing coach in the country. His prized pupil, the #1 contender for the UFC heavyweight title, Junior Dos Santos.
In this gym, like everybody who comes here is tough. I look to my right side, I can see a little kid punching more than me, the bag, and I go, oh no, I have to punch more than him. And I look to the other side, I can see an Olympic guy training hard too.
Like all mixed martial artists, Dos Santos trains in a variety of disciplines, but boxing is his specialty.
Campeão do MMA, que treinando no meio dos especialistas de boxe. E hoje, sem sombra de dúvida, o melhor boxe do MMA é Júnior Cigano. Ele é um atleta que tem a força de um peso pesado, com a habilidade e a velocidade de um peso leve. Como no futebol quer fazer gol, como no jiu-jitsu quer finalizar. Tudo planificado para quê? Para buscar o melhor golpe. Mas eu acredito, sinceramente, que Júnior dos Santos vai nocautear Caim Velasquez.
Junior's rise to stardom began in this room, where 6 years ago, he first joined a jiu-jitsu class and earned the nickname Cigano, meaning gypsy.
When I started training jiu-jitsu, I got long hairs, and I used to make a ponytail to training.
E um garoto nosso lá, aluno nosso lá, olhou para ele e disse, esse cara parece que é um cigano. E aí ficou, já era. Foi carimbado com esse nome.
When I come to this gym, I never trained nothing. Everything was very, very new and very excited. My mind started to get a big dreams, you know.
Dos Santos' rise was meteoric. 3 months into his training, he began fighting professionally. And by 2008, he made his UFC debut with a shocking upset over Fabricio Verdun.
238.
Huge victory for Junior Dos Santos.
Hoje o mundo todo fala de cigano. Tem uma consideração muito grande. Ele, quando me chama até de velhinho, com a consideração com o pai, eu não tenho o que dizer. Né? A respeito desse menino, é espetacular. Valeu. E agora, para finalizar ele, não é para finalizar, não?
Night falls in Brazil, and in the Salvadorian neighborhood of Pituaçu, a tradition continues. The weekly team barbecue at the home of coach Yuri Carlton.
Oi, de novo!
Minha relação com o cigano, dentro e fora dos treinos, é única, né? É única. Dentro dos treinos, ele deve uma obediência. E fora, ele é um gaiato.
Tonight there are special guests. Junior's mother, brother, and niece have flown in from his hometown of Caçador. He hasn't seen them in almost a year.
Dona Maria!
Tudo bom? Tava com saudade.
Very good for me because my mom's here. I haven't seen her in almost 1 year.
Viajou bem? Eita, que tá bonito, cabelo.
It's very, very, very special for me, for sure. You know, my mom lives very far from here, so it's good to get her and my brother and my niece here.
Cadê meu amor? Cadê o meu amor? Cadê? Cadê o abraço do tio?
It's a good moment for me.
You know, in the U.S., maybe you just train with guys or you see them at the gym. But here, everywhere we go, the guys that we're training with, they're together. There's really a sense of they care about Junior. They all want the best for him. It's not just they're there to help in the gym. They really care about him.
Esse garoto trabalha como nunca, tá trabalhando como nunca. Vamos brindar a vitória de cigano aí. Bora, bora.
Saúde.
Vem cá, saúde, saúde. Vem cá, isso.
I gave my best, you know, all the time, and I think I deserve be here and fighting for the title now. For me, it's just the start, you know, and I want to win, and I will win this belt.
Life outside the octagon couldn't be better for Cain Velasquez. The reigning heavyweight champ has the perfect house, perfect family, and the perfect ride. His 1971 Ford Gran Torino is a classic emblem of American success. But as the first generation in his family born in the United States, his Mexican heritage is still a source of pride.
I consider myself a Mexican fighter. I think it's in our culture to grow up strong. They raise us to grow up strong, grow up tough. We put our hearts and our souls into our work. And that's what I do in here. That's what I do when I fight.
Today, AKA welcomes a group of underprivileged youth to the gym. For the fighter, it's an opportunity to give back to the local community. For the kids, it's a chance to see their hero in the flesh.
Yo, I'm a superstar, shining superstar. I'm a superstar, shining superstar.
I heard I was gonna come here. I was like jumping everywhere. I was like, yeah, Cain Velasquez. And I seen him walk by in his headgear, gloves, and I was like, who's that? He was huge.
To us, seeing a Chicano, Latino, Mexican, heavyweight champ, it definitely motivates us.
Puts it in my head that, I could do it too. If they can do it, I could do it too.
He's definitely a big, big role model for them.
For those of you that can, I definitely can take advantage of watching Cain spar. He'll be down in the far room.
I just feel really honored that, that the Mexican community, they can look at me in that kind of way. They see my achievements, they're really proud of me, and I'm happy to be that person for them.
I told him, I go, I don't know why, but I think there's a reason for why you're the first Hispanic Mexican champion ever in the world as a heavyweight.
Keep going.
There is a reason why you're put in that position. And I say to him, Cain, you talk about when you were growing up, there was no one like you, so you didn't idolize anybody because there was no one like you. But now there is someone like you. Now you got millions of kids, Hispanic, Latin kids, looking up to you.
Switch.
He likes being an inspiration for kids. He's very happy to do it.
Outside the gym, the champ gladly relinquishes the spotlight. His daughter Coral takes center stage.
With Kane, you know, you got the beast of a fighter, but on the outside, he's the most loving father and gentlest of a husband. When he's not training, he wants to be with them. I think it's from his parents. They weren't the family that had everything. I think they struggled, but I think they gave him love.
What he does now and the choices that he makes and the hard work that he puts in, you know, it's to secure all of their future.
Generally, when you see me in public, I'm with my family. I always have a great time, you know, as long as they're happy. Cora loves the rides. I just love seeing, the big smile on her face. It's pretty cool, you know. We had a great time.
When the sun sets in Salvador, the city springs to life. From the main streets to the back roads, and even the beaches. Tonight, Brazilian pop star Tuca Fernandes is in town, and he's invited Junior dos Santos as his VIP guest.
We came to a concert of Tuca Fernandes. He's a friend of mine, one of the best singers in Brazil. I'm treated very, very well here in Salvador, you know. People recognize me on the streets all the time. Actually, it's an amazing thing for me, you know. When people recognize me, especially kids, I feel proud. I come from a small city, a humble family, so everything is huge for me.
E essa eu vou dedicar chegando para quem? Cigano! Cigano!
Mas que galera é essa, meu irmão? Porra! Com uma energia dessa aqui, Tuca, não vai dar pro Velasquez mesmo, rapaz. Vou quebrar ele todo. Vamos trazer esse cinturão aqui pro Brasil, pô. É isso aí.
Dos Santos is an icon in Salvador and the crowned prince of the Academia champion. But every class needs a clown, and Junior is happy to play that role as well.
Palhaço, a personalidade de um palhaço. Brinca muito, entendeu? Muito divertido, hiperativo também, não para.
JJ comes to help Junior dos Santos to beat Velasquez.
Sometimes people think because I'm laughing and joking all the time with people, they think I don't take my career very serious, I don't take my fights, I don't take my life very serious, you know? And I think it's not a good idea. I take really, really serious everything, and I'm showing that when I get in the cage.
Junior's coaches have assembled an A-list crew of sparring partners to ready the challenger for the fight of his life. There are heavyweights, light heavyweights, and middleweights, all Brazilian national champions. Plus wrestler Josh Janoszek, a four-time All-American, each one assigned with emulating the style and techniques of Cain Velasquez.
Junior hones up very well. Just his takedown defense, his stamina, his strength, how quick he picks up things that I show him. I show him something, and then we can just go live right into it. A lot of guys can't pick up things that fast.
Sparrings here at the Champions Gym is very, very intense, you know. When we come to sparring, it's like in the fight. Everything what our training, we come to show in the day of the sparring inside the cage. You have to come and give all you got.
Júnior, com muita fé, meu garoto, com muita fé mesmo.
Bom trabalho! 15 segundos!
Agora é sua vez, campeão.
Isso, garoto!
Estrela você é, sim. E você tá brilhando e vai continuar brilhando. Você vai ser o campeão mundial.
When you believe in something and you are a good person, things happen.
Aí, Júnior, vamos buscar esse cinturão, hein?
1, 2, 3.
I will prove that when I win that belt.
We're doing a commendation for Cain Velasquez and AKA, just acknowledging the fact they're one of the best in the world.
Today we have the great honor of recognizing Cain Velasquez for everything he's given to San Jose and really to the entire community around this country. I think the impression you get before you meet someone that's the UFC, heavyweight champ is that they're going to be this tough and rough guy, and it was the complete opposite.
Today we get to do something a little bit different as we commend Cain Velasquez, Javier Mendez, the AK Gym on recognition of their athletic excellence and appreciation of their commitment to the city of San Jose and Silicon Valley.
I just want to thank San Jose for the acknowledgement. At AKA, we have some of the world's best athletes. Every time we compete, we represent San Jose well, and we're going to keep doing that. So, thank you.
Cain came from rather humble beginnings, and whether it's starting off at community college and then ending up at Arizona State and then coming here to now being on top of the mixed martial arts world, it really shows that if you're just dedicated and you commit yourself to it, there's nothing that you can't accomplish.
A special guest has arrived at AKA. Tom Ortiz, the Arizona State wrestling coach who guided the champ through a decorated college career.
Cain has always had a strong work ethic. I saw his ambition early on, his first year he got to ASU.
Cain wrestled in the heavyweight division when we probably had the best collegiate heavyweight division we've had in the last 20 years.
The junior college champion at Iowa Central would go on to become a two-time All-American at Arizona State, developing a fierce reputation along the way.
I watched him compete and how he would be so offensive against guys that were always larger than him. That person would get a takedown on him. I'd see how mad he'd get.
Now you gotta finish, Cain. You gotta compete. You gotta compete, Cain. Nice, Cain. Climb up that leg. Good. The biggest advantage to being a wrestler, coming into MMA, is that you've spent a lifetime learning how to work hard. Strong finish.
You start off on your feet, you end up on the ground, you get back on your feet, you go back to the ground.
Our mind gets stronger. Even though it feels like our body wants to quit, our mind gets so strong that it's able to push our bodies through the workouts.
Ready, shake hands. Let's go. Wrestle, 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 wrestle.
Dos Santos is a great competitor.
Nice, Cain.
He better be in shape, and he better be ready to go 25 minutes, because that's a long time to be in there with Cain Velasquez.
For the heavyweight champ, training doesn't stop after hours, where an empty gym means an opportunity for a late-night workout.
We
We all have pride on the line. We all want to be the best out here. So we're all going to compete at the highest level.
You go and you ask 10 people on the street, how do heavyweights train? They'll say they're lazy. How do they live? They'll say they live bad. Well, Cain goes against all of that. He works extremely hard. He lives right. He goes against most of what all heavyweights do in the sport.
You know, when I first met Cain, I kind of took a liking to him right away. Everything I asked him to do, he'd do. I say, okay, I want 1,000 kicks from you. So he'd be there doing 1,000 kicks. It'd take him over an hour, but he'd do it daily.
I get more focused. I get more quiet when I'm in hard training. I tend to get sharper. I'm focused where I'm not talking much at all. This is gonna be an awesome fight. Yeah. We are destined to meet.
His head has not gotten bigger. He's not, hey, I'm Cain Velasquez, this and that. He's still the humble kid that I met the very first day.
You know, Hav told me when I first started, if you do become a champion, I still expect you to clean up.
I said, you know, you make such a huge mess over here that I'm gonna have you clean the damn gym. I'm not gonna clean after you. So, you know, he said, no problem. So from that point, almost 4 years now, and I said, even when you win the title, you're still gonna clean. And sure enough, I kept my word, and he's kept his word. He still cleans.
I'll never stop doing that, you know, and whether it be the small stuff or the big stuff, you know, I'm doing it. I'm thinking about the win. I'm thinking about what I have to do when I go out there. This is my dream. I'm living the dream right now, and it's not going to be over. I want to keep going.
Before most of Salvador has begun its morning, the local pescadores have been at work for hours, gathering bait fish for another day in the South Atlantic. It's a grueling job for meager pay. But like most Brazilians, they take pride in their propensity to work hard and play harder. Though their demeanor often suggests otherwise, they are a people for whom life is a daily struggle.
The Brazilian people, they are fighters. They fight for their life, to live, to get a good job, for everything. People here in Brazil, they love fights.
A paixão por essa luta tá no sangue da gente, né? A gente vive guerrilhando no nosso dia a dia, né? Tá no sangue nosso mesmo de lutar, a luta.
I'm sure the whole country, the whole Brazil is gonna making a party when I win that belt. UFC has changed my whole life, so I take that very serious because I wanna keep doing that. I want to keep changing my life to better life. I worked really, really hard to be here. To win this belt means a dream come true. The more success I have, more bigger my dreams are. My biggest dream is I will win this belt.
I'm a wandering soul. I got no place of my own. Well, I got nothing to give. Well, I got nothing to show for it, and I'll be wandering on for all my years. What I become, no one could know. If you're feeling what I'm feeling, come on.
Calma aí, um boxear. Vai!
On the surface, they are fighters, trained in the art of physical combat. But look closer and you'll see two men at the pinnacle of their profession after a lifetime of sweat and sacrifice.
And I got something to say, my friends. I'll never lay down without a fight. When I die will be the
you'll see the son of an immigrant who refused to squander his opportunity. A world champion and an example of all that can be achieved through hard work and determination. You'll see a man who pulled himself up from the depths of poverty to the brink of his wildest dream, with a smile that lifts spirits and a spirit that lifts a nation. Their lives are not just about brute force and brawn, but about faith, about family, and about pride. These are husbands, brothers, fathers, and sons. And they'll soon summon the same strength that has carried them to victory every time they've entered the octagon.
Could know if you're feeling what I'm feeling, come on. All the soul searching people, come on.
Together, they stand on the cusp of greatness. On November 12th, we'll discover which man stands alone.